True crabs. An overview. True crabs belong to the infraorder Brachyura, which is part of the order Decapita in the class Malacostraca. They are distinguished by their short, flat bodies, a reduced abdomen, often tucked under their thorax, and 10 legs. 5 pairs. With the first pair typically modified into pincers, chelae. Here's an overview of true crabs. Characteristics. Body shape. Compact, rounded, or flattened, often covered by a hard exoskeleton, carapace. Limbs. 5 pairs of legs, with the first pair functioning as claws, chelae, for defense and handling food. Abdomen. Reduced and folded under the body in most species, which is a key feature distinguishing true crabs from other crab-like crustaceans. Reproduction. Females carry eggs on their pleopods, swimmerets, until they hatch. Habitat. True crabs inhabit a wide range of environments, including marine. The majority of true crabs are marine, living in oceans and seas, e.g., blue crabs, spider crabs. Freshwater. Some species are adapted to freshwater habitats, e.g., freshwater crabs in tropical regions. Terrestrial. A few are semi-terrestrial or terrestrial, often returning to water for reproduction, e.g., coconut crabs. Diet. True crabs are omnivores, feeding on a variety of plant material, smaller animals, carrion, and detritus. Their diet often depends on their habitat and availability of resources. Examples of true crabs. 1. Blue crab, Calonectes sapidus, common in the western Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico, valued for its meat. 2. Dungeness crab, Metacarcinus magister, found along the west coast of North America. It's a popular seafood species. 3. Red king crab, Paralithodes kamchaticus. Despite being called a crab, it belongs to a related group, not a true crab. 4. Ghost crab, Ocypode spp, known for their speed and burrowing on sandy beaches. 5. Fiddler crabs, Euca spp. Small crabs with one oversized claw, common in intertidal zones. Importance. Ecological role. They play crucial roles in food webs, both as predators and prey. Economic value. Many true crabs are harvested for their meat, making them important in global fisheries. Cultural significance. Crabs often appear in folklore, cuisine, and art. Blue crabs. An overview. Blue crabs are fascinating marine creatures, scientifically known as Calonectes sapidus, which means beautiful savory swimmer. If you ever get chance to interact with one, your life will never be the same again. Here are some interesting facts about them. Appearance. Color. Blue crabs are named for their striking blue claws and legs. Males, often called jimmies, have bright blue claws, while females, called souks, have red-tipped claws. Size. They typically have a shell width of 4 to 9 inches but can grow larger. Habitat. Found in estuarine environments like bays, rivers, and coastal areas. Prefer brackish waters with sandy or muddy bottoms. Diet. Opportunistic omnivores. They feed on plants, detritus, small fish, clams, and other crabs. Life cycle. Female blue crabs can lay millions of eggs in a single spawning event. Eggs hatch into larvae, which drift in the water column before settling on the bottom to grow into juvenile crabs. Culinary uses. Soft-shell crabs. Blue crabs that have recently molted are eaten whole, fried, or sautéed. Crab meat. Often used in crab cakes, soups, like Maryland crab soup or she crab soup, and steamed with seasoning like Old Bay. Steaming or boiling with spices is a traditional preparation in regions like Maryland and Louisiana. Ecological importance. Serve as both predator and prey in their ecosystems. Contribute to the balance of aquatic environments. Conservation. Overfishing and habitat loss have led to population concerns in some areas. Efforts such as regulated fishing seasons, size limits, and protected areas aim to maintain sustainable populations. Dungeness crabs overview. Dungeness crabs are a highly sought-after species of crab found primarily along the Pacific coast of North America, from Alaska to central California. They are prized for their sweet, tender meat and are a staple in coastal cuisines. Key facts about Dungeness crabs. Scientific name: Metacarcinus magister. Habitat: these crabs are found in sandy and muddy bottoms, often in depths ranging from the intertidal zone to about 750 feet, 230 meters. Key facts about Dungeness crabs. Appearance: they have a broad, oval-shaped shell that is reddish-brown, which can appear purplish or mottled in color. The underside is lighter, usually white or cream. Size: adult Dungeness crabs typically measure about 6 to 10 inches across the carapace, shell width, and can weigh up to 2 pounds. Lifespan: they can live for 8 to 13 years. Diet: they are omnivores, feeding on small fish, mollusks, clams, and plant material. Commercial and recreational harvesting. Fishing season: the season varies by region but typically runs from November to June, depending on state regulations and crab population health. Gear: commercial fishermen use crab pots, while recreational harvesters often use traps, rings, or nets. Regulations: size and sex restrictions are usually in place to ensure sustainability. For example, only male crabs above a certain size are allowed to be harvested. Culinary uses. Preparation methods: steamed or boiled, added to soups, stews, or chowders. Used in salads or crab cakes. Flavor: their meat is sweet, delicate, and less fibrous than other crab varieties. Ecological role: Dungeness crabs play an important role in their ecosystem as both predators and prey. They feed on a variety of organisms and are, in turn, eaten by fish, octopuses, and humans. Red king crab overview. The red king crab, Paralithodes kamchaticus, is a large and commercially valuable species of king crab that is primarily found in the cold waters of the North Pacific Ocean, including the Bering Sea and the northern coasts of Russia, Alaska, and Japan. Here's an overview. Physical characteristics. Size: males are typically larger than females, with leg spans reaching up to 1.8 meters, 6 feet. They can weigh up to 10 kilograms, 22 pounds. Color: they have a reddish-brown coloration, with a spiny shell for protection. Structure: like other crabs, they have a hard exoskeleton, 5 pairs of legs, and claws. Chelae: with the right claw often larger than the left. Habitat: found in depths ranging from shallow waters to around 200 meters, 650 feet, prefers sandy or muddy substrates and often migrates seasonally to different depths for mating and molting. Diet: omnivorous. Their diet includes mollusks, smaller crustaceans, algae, and detritus. They use their claws to crush shells and access their prey. Life cycle 1. Mating and reproduction. Occurs annually, with females carrying fertilized eggs on their abdomens until they hatch. 2. Larvae. Hatch into free-swimming larvae before settling to the seafloor as juveniles. 3. Growth. Undergo multiple molting cycles as they grow. Economic importance. Highly valued in commercial fisheries due to their sweet, delicate meat. The Bering Sea and parts of the North Pacific are major harvesting grounds. Strict management and quotas are in place to ensure sustainability, including size limits, seasonal restrictions, and area closures. Conservation. Overfishing. has historically led to population declines in some regions, prompting conservation measures. Invasive status. In the Barents Sea, introduced populations, by the Soviet Union, have become invasive, affecting local ecosystems. Ghost crabs overview. Ghost crabs, genus Ocypode, are fascinating creatures belonging to the family Ocypodidae. They are small, semi-terrestrial crabs often found along sandy beaches in coastal areas worldwide. Here's an overview of these interesting animals. Physical characteristics. Coloration. Ghost crabs are typically pale or sandy colored, allowing them to blend with their beach surroundings, making them hard to spot. Size. They are small to medium-sized, with a carapace width ranging from 1.5 to 2 inches, 4 to 5 centimeters, in most species. Distinctive features. They have asymmetrical claws, with one claw typically larger than the other. Their stalked eyes can rotate, providing a wide field of vision. Behavior. Burrowing. Ghost crabs are excellent diggers. They create burrows in the sand, which can be several feet deep. These burrows serve as shelters from predators and extreme temperatures. Speed. They are fast runners, capable of moving sideways at high speeds to evade threats. Nocturnal activity. Ghost crabs are mostly nocturnal, venturing out at night to forage for food. Habitat. Found on sandy beaches in tropical and subtropical regions worldwide, ghost crabs prefer the intertidal zone, where they can quickly retreat to their burrows. Diet. Ghost crabs are omnivorous. They feed on dead fish and other organic material washed ashore. Small invertebrates, plant matter. They are scavengers and play an essential role in beach ecosystems by recycling nutrients. Communication. Ghost crabs produce sounds by stridulation, rubbing body parts together, or by striking the ground with their claws, which can serve as warnings or mating signals. Predators and threats. Predators include birds, larger crabs, and humans, through habitat destruction and pollution. They are sensitive to disturbances and environmental changes, such as coastal development and pollution. Ghost crabs are not just interesting to observe but also critical indicators of beach ecosystem health. Their presence often signifies a thriving Fiddler crabs overview. Fiddler crabs are fascinating crustaceans belonging to the genus Euca. They are easily recognizable by their distinctively asymmetrical claws in males. One claw is significantly larger than the other, while females have two smaller, similarly sized claws. Here's more about them. Physical features. Size. Fiddler crabs are small, typically ranging from 1 to 2 inches, 2.5 to 5 centimeters, in carapace width. Coloration. Their colors can vary depending on the species, ranging from sandy hues to vibrant blues, yellows, or reds, helping them blend into their environment. Claws. The male's large claw is used for communication and courtship displays, while the smaller claw is used for feeding. Habitat. Fiddler crabs are commonly found in intertidal zones, such as mudflats, mangroves, and sandy beaches, where they burrow to avoid predators and extreme temperatures. Their burrows also serve as a safe space during high tide and for mating. Behavior. Feeding. They feed by sifting through sand or mud to extract detritus, algae, and microorganisms. Communication. Males wave their large claws to attract females or ward off rivals, making them a key part of their social and mating behavior. Burrowing. They dig burrows both for shelter and as a place to attract mates. Reproduction after mating. Females lay eggs and carry them under their abdomen until they hatch into free-swimming larvae. which eventually settle into the sediment and grow into adult crabs. Ecological importance. Fiddler crabs play a vital role in their ecosystems. Their burrowing aerates the soil, promoting nutrient cycling and benefiting the growth of plants like mangroves. They are also an important food source for birds and larger marine predators. Catching true crabs. Guide to help you catch effectively. Catching true crabs can be an exciting and rewarding activity, whether for recreational purposes or culinary enjoyment. True crabs belong to the infraorder Brachyura and include species like blue crabs, Dungeness crabs, and rock crabs. Here's a guide to help you catch true crabs effectively. One. Understand the regulations. Check local laws. Obtain the necessary licenses or permits, and familiarize yourself with local regulations regarding crab size, species, seasons, and daily limits. Gear restrictions. Ensure your traps, nets, or pots meet local specifications. 2. Choose the right location. Estuarine and coastal areas. Many true crabs are found in brackish waters like bays, estuaries, and tidal flats. Seasonality. Crabs are more active and accessible during warmer months. Habitat. Look for areas with underwater vegetation, mud, or sandy bottoms, as these provide shelter and food. Three. Gear options. Crab traps, pots. Designed to allow crabs in but make it difficult for them to escape. Ring nets. Simple and effective, requiring periodic pulling. Hand lines. Basic line with bait tied to it, often weighted to sink to the bottom. Dip nets. Used in shallow waters or for scooping up crabs. Four. Select and prepare bait. Crabs are scavengers and attracted to smelly, oily bait. Effective options include fish scraps, e.g., herring, mackerel, or shad, chicken necks or wings. Squid or other seafood remains. Secure the bait in the trap using a bait cage or clip. 5. Setting the trap. Timing. Crabs are often more active at night, early morning, or during tidal movements. Placement. Submerge the trap or net in a productive area with enough depth and current. Ensure it's weighted if necessary to prevent drifting. Six. Check and retrieve. Frequency. Check traps regularly, usually every 1 to 2 hours, to ensure crabs don't escape or get eaten by predators. Technique. Pull traps or nets steadily to avoid scaring off the crabs. 7. Handling and storing. Safety. Use gloves to handle crabs to avoid being pinched. Sorting. Measure crabs and release undersized or illegal ones immediately. Storage. Keep live crabs in a cool, damp container, like a cooler with a wet towel, and cook them as soon as possible for the best flavor. Eight. Cooking and enjoying. Popular cooking methods for true crabs include boiling, steaming, grilling. Season with Old Bay, garlic butter, or other spices to enhance the flavor. Crabs are a great dish to eat at any time of the year. Take time out of your schedule to catch some crabs for yourself. It would be the time of your life. Cooking true crabs. A guide on how to cook them. Cooking true crabs, like blue crabs, Dungeness crabs, king crabs, or snow crabs, can be a delicious and rewarding experience. Here's a guide on how to cook them. 1. Preparation. Choose fresh crabs. If possible, buy live crabs to ensure freshness. If using frozen crabs, thaw them in the refrigerator before cooking. Clean the crabs, optional, rinse them thoroughly under cold water. For live crabs, cleaning can be done after cooking to preserve their flavor and juiciness. Two. Cooking methods. A. Boiling. 1. Ingredients. Water, salt, about 2 tablespoons per gallon. Optional. Old Bay seasoning, garlic, lemon, bay leaves. 2. Instructions. Fill a large pot with water and bring it to a rolling boil. Add salt and optional seasonings. Carefully place the crabs into the pot. Cover and boil for small crabs, e.g., blue crabs, 10 to 12 minutes. Medium crabs, e.g., Dungeness, 15 to 20 minutes. Large crabs, e.g., king crab, 20 to 25 minutes. The crabs are done when they turn bright red and the meat is opaque. 2. Cooking methods. 3. Serving. Serve hot with melted butter, lemon wedges, or dipping sauces. C. Grilling. 1. Ingredients. Olive oil, garlic, herbs, e.g., parsley, thyme, lemon juice. 2. Instructions. Clean the crabs and split them in half, if preferred. Brush the meat with a mixture of olive oil, garlic, and herbs. Preheat the grill to medium heat. Place crabs on the grill, shell side down, and cook for 4 to 6 minutes. Flip and cook the other side for 2 to 3 minutes. 3. Serving. Serve with fresh herbs and lemon wedges for extra flavor. Two. Cooking methods. D. Baking. 1. Ingredients. Bread, crumbs, garlic, butter, cheese, optional. 2. Instructions. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. Clean the crabs and arrange them on a baking tray. Mix bread crumbs with melted butter, garlic, and cheese. Sprinkle the mixture over the crab meat. Bake for 10 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. 3. Tips for eating crabs. Use a crab cracker or mallet to break open the claws and shell. A seafood fork or pick can help access the hard-to-reach meat. Pair with sides like coleslaw, corn on the cob, or crusty bread. 2. Cooking methods. D. Baking. 1. Ingredients. Bread, crumbs, garlic, butter, cheese, optional. 2. Instructions. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. Clean the crabs and arrange them on a baking tray. Mix bread crumbs with melted butter, garlic, and cheese. Sprinkle the mixture over the crab meat. Bake for 10 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. 3. Tips for eating crabs. Use a crab cracker or mallet to break open the claws and shell. A seafood fork or pick can help access the hard-to-reach meat. Pair with sides like coleslaw, corn on the cob, or crusty bread. True crabs trapping equipment. Trapping equipment for true crabs typically includes specialized tools and gear designed for both recreational and commercial crab harvesting. Below is a detailed list of the most common trapping equipment used for catching true crabs. 1. Crab traps. Pots box traps. Wire mesh boxes with one-way entry points. Crabs can enter but cannot exit. Pyramid traps. Foldable traps that open up when submerged and trap crabs when pulled up. Ring traps. 2 rings, one smaller and one larger, connected by netting. Collapses when lifted, capturing crabs inside. 2. Bait. Common baits include fish heads, chicken necks, or legs, inexpensive and widely available. Squid or clams, used for specific species. Commercial bait blocks, designed for crabs and last longer underwater. 3. Buoys and floats. Marking gear. Bright-colored buoys tied to traps for easy identification. Weighting. Buoys often have weights to ensure they stay upright in the water. 4. Rope. Durable rope. High-strength rope for attaching traps to buoys or boats. Depth-specific lengths. Depending on the water depth, ropes are cut and prepared accordingly. 5. Dip nets. Used to retrieve crabs in shallow waters or from traps when brought to the surface. 6. Measuring gauge ensures crabs meet legal size requirements to avoid fines or penalties. 7. Gloves. Heavy-duty, waterproof gloves. Protect hands from sharp claws and rough ropes. 8. Crab tongs. Handy for safely grabbing crabs without risking injury. 9. Coolers or baskets. Live storage. Keeps crabs alive and fresh after harvesting. Ventilated baskets. Allow water flow for live crabs while on a boat. (10) Weights, anchors. Added to traps to keep them stable on the seafloor, especially in strong currents. 11. Lights, optional. For night crabbing, LED or waterproof lights are attached to buoys for visibility. Best practices. Legal compliance. Check local regulations for trap limits, size restrictions, and permitted gear. Regular trap checks. Prevent crabs from escaping or dying in traps. Eco-friendly materials. Use biodegradable escape panels to minimize ghost fishing if a trap is lost. Subscribe, share, like, and hit that notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your fishing friends and associates. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell for more information on fishing, nature, and other content every day, week, month, and year. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the current information. Thank you for watching.